Today's Synth Exploration is sponsored by DistroKid, so if you want to release your music onto Spotify, iTunes and other great stores, use DistroKid and my link in the description for a discount. DistroKid costs $20 a year, and with that you can upload unlimited amounts of music to all the stores. Today is an exciting day because we're gonna unbox one of the most original and interesting drum machines created so far, the PULSAR 23. Now, I first encountered the PULSAR 23 at Superbooth, where the creator of it gave me a walkthrough, but I actually don't remember that much about it, and I've tried to stay away from demos, so this is just a first little unboxing, first look at it, I wanted to share with you all. Also expect me to be quite biased because I did buy this myself, so I will of course have to rationalize spending this kind of cash on a drum machine. But yeah. Now if you do want to pick one up, there's a bit of a queue, I think, to getting your hands on one, so don't expect it to come quickly. This is obviously from a small company, very unique design, and it's not being like mass produced, so be ready to wait a little bit if you're ordering one. And I will be dropping a link to them in the description simply because I wanna support original synth designs. This is just a very cool instrument and nobody asked me to promote it. So here we are. Wow. So I don't remember if I ordered the carrying case or if you get it with any purchase, but I do know that I ordered this deck saver thing here that's protecting it because, yeah, kids and stuff. So you get these alligator clips. So it's not the typical mini jacks. Instead, it's so since it's this kind of semi-modular drum machine, you use these small clips here to patch things. Oh, here we are. Nice. And of course, I went for the orange one. It's stylish. Power and adapters. And just a little note here on the bag. I know from having the Lyra 8 and the bag for that one that, yeah, this should protect it pretty well. Of course, I'd love to have the deck saver on as well if I ever want to travel with this. But yeah, it's actually pretty well made. I've actually never held it. Wow, that's something. Let's not drop it. Let's hope it works. Okay. That's a hefty sound from turning it on. Okay, it seems like stuff is blinking. Let me hook it up to my little recorder and let's just do a first test, okay? So that's the kick drum. Do I dare? I haven't read up on which are the outputs and inputs, but let's see here. I obviously can't finger drum for shit. So we have some MIDI in here. I wonder, can I trigger it from a sequencer? I don't know, but I hope so. So just to make testing easier, I brought up the KeyStep Pro here, and it's actually very simple. I don't know if there's any other way to do it, but it has a lot of MIDI learn functions, so these small black buttons here. So basically, you can just press learn here and hit a note. So now I can program something using the KeyStep Pro here. I'm intentionally not calling this video a review. It's a first impressions of this device. It's my first stumbling steps because there's so much to unpack here, and I feel like this is an instrument just like the Lyra 8 that you grow with. But let's go over what's on here, just the basics, so you get an idea of what's going on. We have 4 sound generators, but you can also patch, for example, LFO or the Chaos module here into the unit itself to create tonal sounds as well. So we have the bass drum, then we have bass. It's now set to percussive mode, so we can do different types of percussive sounds. And we also have a MIDI and CV mode for this particular sound. So in the MIDI mode, you can use it as a monophonic sound for bass lines, lead sounds, and here's a little demo of that. Then we have snare drum. And we have hi-hat, which can also do these kind of shaker sounds. Now there's a couple of things that are similar between the sound modules. For example, you can see here that we have these mod pins. So basically you can use one of these alligator clips here to modulate something. So you actually see the little line, what's being modulated. And for some of them, you actually have an amount knob, so you can attenuate the signal. You can set the effects level for each of the sounds, and this is the effects section over here. We have a delay and reverb. There's also 3 different settings for the effects. And reading up on it, there's also a way to route this so you get a stereo effect. Now for the kick drum, we have tuning. We also have 2 inputs here for different types of circuit bending. I think both of them are for that. You can also change the waveform. And note that I have a bit of drive here that you can mix in, which is also nice. You have a drive here. And then we have attack and release, which you have for all of the drum sounds as well. You also have an envelope output and a trig input for all of the sounds. For the bass sound, let's do MIDI mode. Let's use a little arpeggiator playing here, and you can change the waveform. And you can also wave shape it. And both of them can be modulated. So here I'm using the LFO, which you can have different waveforms for. And you can set the speed. You can also use the LFO here to modulate the filter. And there's a resonance knob here. And what's also really cool is that we have external inputs for all of the tracks, and the effect send is pre-fade everything, so we can just remove it, and you can get just the effect. For the snare drum, we have tuning. You You can also modulate it. We can also set the level of clap. We can also mix in some noise. You have a bandpass filter, the frequency control, and basically the resonance for it. And for the hi-hat we have tuning, you can warp the sound. We can also do some high-pass filtering, and you have the Q value here. Volume effects. I mentioned the LFO section here. We have two outputs for the LFO. You also have this reverb and delay unit. We have the distortion unit. And over here we have VCAs, inverters, we have mix inputs. You can basically take, say, the LFO into the VCA here, have something controlling the VCA and mixing it into the sound and using it as a synth sound. Over here we have a clock divider. You saw me earlier using this to trigger individual sounds, so you could basically make a good drum groove just using this clock divider here. And over here we have the chair house module. Basically it spits out voltages. You can also control it in various different ways. So basically use it to modulate stuff. You can also create synth sounds using it. And we have a MIDI CV converter. We have the CV inputs, so you can plug something in here from Eurorack, take it here, use it. And then we have attenuators over here, which is really cool. And over here is control for the built-in sequencer. And over here you can patch stuff that I think simply goes out here on the back. So just a brief rundown of what's going on here. What's also really cool is that you can use multiple clips on one of these little pins here, and it's also pretty clearly labeled if it's an input, it's an output, or if it's an input and output on the same pin, if I'm understanding it correctly. And there's also a couple of functions that has MIDI learn. You just press one of these buttons here and play something, play a note or turn a knob, and it will record, and that will be saved also when you turn the unit off. The sequences, however, disappear when you turn the unit off. And before I play you some more sound demos, here's some words about today's sponsor, DistroKid. So a really cool thing about releasing your music using DistroKid is that you get Spotify for artists. So when you use DistroKid, you can connect your account to Spotify, and that way you gain access to Spotify for artists. And that way you get a little Spotify check mark, you get access to detailed Spotify statistics. So this is a good reason to check out DistroKid, and you can use my link in the description. You support the channel. Now these were obviously just my first stumbling steps with this lovely drum machine. I just had a few days with it, but I wanted to get out my kind of more raw first impressions. So far, this is a crazy machine. It's so interesting, so deep, and I can see myself exploring this for a long time, which was also why I wanted to pick it up. This was just a machine that stuck with me since Superboot 19, and I really wanted to explore it. So that's what I'm gonna do. If there will be more videos, I don't know. If you want to see more videos, let me know. If you have ideas, things you want to know about it, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in another video.